Welcome back to Foxy TV, episode 130.
Hello and welcome back to Foxy TV, and thank you to Sam for helping out with that intro. This week, Jake and Phoebe, who are the owners of Foxy Home Staging, are off on a short holiday. As a small business owner, it can be difficult to leave the business and go away on holidays, so we're going to chat with them on how they've set the business up so they don't need to be here all the time for things to run smoothly. And then when they're off on holidays, we're going to catch up with some of the team to chat with them to see how everything is going. So we're going to kick things off with our chat with Jake and Phoebe. At the start though, we asked for a bit of a business update. We haven't had one of those in a little while, so we're going to chat about how spring has started and what we're expecting for the rest of 2021.
It's looking quite strong. I mean, we had the biggest month we've ever had in August, which August for us is generally kind of not a lull, but it's a little quieter as we get ready for spring, but we had a massive August. This month is looking like it'll be similar in size and very strong start to the spring, and we're kind of close to the busiest in terms of number of houses out that we've ever been. We've been hovering very close to the record for probably a month or so now. And you can probably speak more to the rest of spring and what you're seeing, like consults and the pipeline, things booking in a little bit further in advance. But so far, it's looking quite good.
Yeah, conversation. So basically, we haven't really seen a drop off. We've had a very long, lengthy spring. Well, autumn. There was no winter for us, no winter market. And talking to the agents, the same thing. Nice and busy. I think September's been good. I think October's going to be a bit crazy. And from what I'm telling, there's no school holidays, nobody's going anywhere, so people are still buying houses. So the old consideration of wanting to get everything listed before or after public holidays, Melbourne Cup Day, those sorts of things, it's not an issue. So it's literally just get it on and get it done. And Christmas is in the back of people's minds. It's the only holiday I've heard people talking about. So I think it's going to be busy all the way through.
Do you think it'll slow down over the Christmas holidays this year?
It always does to some degree.
It's
relative, but
installs slow down, but we have so many packups coming back.
We find definitely last year and even the year before a little bit, December, when we tell everybody we're a lot quieter in December, the team doesn't feel any quieter because
many packups
when the market is still really good and things are selling, all of the work that we've done in spring, they have to get picked up. So December is just packups and trying to fit it all into the warehouse and get things cleaned and ready for January.
But as far as the market's going, from what I can tell, it's not slowing down. Just conversations I'm having, I don't think it's going anywhere just yet. We have John.
John started 2 weeks ago.
Yep, so he's, for those who've been watching, Andre has gone back to Lithuania, and we're really sad, but John is here, and John is fantastic.
Yeah, so John's in the logistics team, so 4 guys there at the moment, plus me, and then
on the weekend we hired a PA.
Yeah,
yay!
Finally.
So Lisa's starting next Monday, so you'll see a lot of her popping up, and
we've been speaking
she's
about
taking
that
a whole lot off my plate, and I can't wait for it.
We've been speaking about hiring that role for a couple of years now, I think.
It's been one that I've been really hard. It's been really hard for me to justify spending money literally on a wage just to take stuff off my plate, because why not just do it after hours? But I'm very ready for a PA.
So what will that enable you guys to do?
Work less in the business and more on the business, which has been the aim the whole way along.
It's that cliche,
just get lost in the
business owners. Phoebe gets bogged down intentionally because you're saying you're taking it on because it's something that you can do fast and easily, but when she's doing multiple quotes every night and doing stock lists and trying to do the scheduling, it's just hours every day, minimum 2-3 hours a day of stuff that other people could be taught to do. So it's really freeing Phoebe up to spend her time on things that are more
I don't have to
value-added.
go to bed at 11:30 at night.
A bit of a holiday.
We are. We decided. I threw the phone at you and I said, "What do you think about this on the weekend?" So basically, looking forward, this week we weren't too busy, and we don't really schedule ourselves too much time off. And for us, it's more of an opportunistic thing when there is ability to and not too much happening, so we don't have to worry too much. So basically, there's not too many jobs happening over the next couple of days. I know the team can have it all sorted and handled. So we decided we're gonna head off for a little bit of holiday, and it's a big secret, and Sam knows nothing, and he's lurking around so he can try and find some information out. But yeah, we're heading away for a little bit.
For us as business owners, but I know it's relevant to other business owners as well. It's one of those things that is difficult to do when you're so involved in the business. You know, conversations, phone calls, emails all come to you. How do you take time off? So I think we're going away, but at the same time, we know that doesn't mean put the phones down and ignore everything. You know, we've got
My
a team.
phone's still
Yeah.
the contact point. So we know that still I'm not 100% off. Let me just why do you want to sit in the video?
He's getting involved.
Yeah, so I know that basically I will be working. So it's not a full working holiday. I'm not on site. I'm not away from the family. We can spend time. I can take phone calls in a different area compared to where I would here without giving away information. So yeah, basically, forefront of my mind is making sure that everything's still going to run smoothly without me having to be here. I don't handhold. I don't give direction to everybody individually for every single point of the day. So we've got processes in place and schedules and calendars and things that can run. But I have yesterday forward planned the entire week, so I don't have to sit there at night time and think about what pack-ups are happening for what installs to happen, and then how are they going to get from A to B. And if somebody is off on Thursday, one of the guys are off on Thursday, we've got someone else off on Friday morning, making sure the staff are there, making sure the staff are all aware that that person's not going to be there. So that's all, like communication 101. The other part is also making sure that basically the furniture lists are all, and I've been doing this not with huge amounts of lead time, but this time I furniture lists and stock selections. But I have got that all prepared and ready to go for the rest of the week. So it's more organisation to free me up while we're away.
It's the planning, but it's also the team. I mean, we've got
that's 100%
people in place that we can trust that they know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll ring when there's questions or things they need to clarify. Speaking of phone ringing, but knowing that the people in place here know what to do. I mean, Phoebe doesn't need to stress about how to, get access to property and ring an agent for keys and all of that when she knows that the team know how to do that. So
that footage was taken on Tuesday morning. Jake and Phoebe left that day at around lunchtime and are now enjoying their little break. So let's now go to Wednesday, where I jumped in the truck with John and Russ. First of all, we headed to an install in Springfield Lakes. We then headed to a pack up in West End. 2 minutes down the road was our next job, an apartment in south of Brisbane, and we finished the day with a pack up down the Gold Coast before heading back to the warehouse. While I was out and about in the truck, Eva caught up with Janessa in the warehouse to see how her day was going.
Going 334.
I'll just text you his number and you can sort it.
We've got pack-ups in there, Fleet Street, Graceville Ave, and Primrose.
But Graceville will work. I'm pretty sure it's got a small. Have a look and see if we can make Graceville work.
Okay.
Just text me through and I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, easy. Perfect. Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Just doing a furniture list for tomorrow. Pulling together. We're going to pack up a job that's a bigger one and then make it smaller and pop into another house too.
Gotcha. So you're just picking the furniture, which furniture to go, which one
Yeah,
should
so
go
the
back to
boys
the
know
warehouse?
what's being loaded from the warehouse, what's coming from a job, so they kind of have some idea of what's happening tomorrow.
Awesome. And just before this, you've mentioned that we're trying to limit the number of conversations.
Yes. So trying to get as much information out of Phoebe in the one conversation. So like getting things like the run of the day or contact details or access details and then briefs of the next couple of jobs, so I'm able to communicate with the rest of the team what's happening and how it has to happen, so she doesn't have to do all of that kind of stuff.
Right. Is it all going smooth so far?
Hiccup this morning when the sofa didn't fit into a house.
Ooh.
That was at my install and it was just, well, it fit in the house, it didn't quite work. So, but we luckily had a smaller sofa on the other truck, so that's just about to be delivered. So it's all fine so far.
Lucky.
So good.
Does that happen quite often, that a sofa doesn't fit?
No, not often. If we're worried about a space, we'll take a couple of options because we have that ability to make sure it's perfect to save coming back, especially if it's a bit further from the warehouse, that sort of thing. But yeah, this one just happened and it's all good. So they're swapping it out for us as we speak, and it doesn't happen too often, luckily.
And then at the end of the day, once back at the warehouse, I quickly caught up with Russ and Cam.
Both trucks back on time.
Yep.
No issues. Pretty smooth.
Anything different when they're not around?
No, not really. Don't want to say anything incriminating on camera.
Cam, what about you, mate? Day went all right?
Yeah, we had to do a bit of shuffling because the sofa that we originally took for an install out at Springfield Lakes didn't fit the area it was supposed to go into. So we ended up swapping pack-ups on the trucks. But aside from that, like that happens when they are here. So it was just more a question of making sure that everyone was in the right place. Once we made that change, and it did happen, we, as Russ said, we got back on time. So yeah, it's really just the same. It's just they're just not here.
So there you go, Jake and Phoebe. It looks like you're good to go on holidays more often. Next week, we're going back to basics to answer the question, what is home staging? I think it's still a service, that isn't fully understood. Whenever I meet somebody new and you inevitably get around to somebody asking, what do you do? And I mention home staging, I'd say 9 out of 10 times it's still something that I need to explain further. So we are going to tackle that next week in Foxy TV. Until then, thanks so much for watching and we'll catch you next week.